you very much for your nice presentation for the digestible calcium system. Currently, most people set requirements for calcium in animal diets based on the total calcium level and ingredients. And this is in contrast to the phosphorus requirements, which are expressed on a more sophisticated level, like the available or digestible phosphorus. And your research aims to establish a digestible calcium requirement system for pigs. Which major steps are necessary to achieve such a system?
The first thing is we need to determine the digestibility of calcium in all our calcium-containing feed ingredients. That's not as big a job as it sounds because we have relatively few ingredients that contain calcium. And we in our group we have all the major calcium sources. We have already determined digestibility. And that's step one. Then step two is to determine the requirements by the pigs for digestible calcium and to confirm that those requirements will, if implemented into diets, will give us the same performance as if we formulate otherwise or even better performance. And that is what we're working on right now. And I would add also that we also need to make sure we understand the impact of phytase on calcium digestibility and the impact of phytase on the requirement for digestible calcium. So we are working on that right now.
Very nice. And where are we in relation to the practical application of the digestible calcium system? Are there already companies adopting the system?
In the US or anywhere else in the world that I know of, nobody has yet adopted it. I think we are maybe 1 to 2 years from that to happen because we need to confirm all our values and validate our values in a couple of practical experiments before I think companies feel comfortable doing it. But it's going to happen within the next 2 years, I believe.
And as calcium plays an essential role in the development of bones and the performance of pigs, so therefore a more precise system based on digestibility is expected to have a major impact. And what are the advantages of establishing a digestible calcium system for pigs, and how will the farmers benefit from this?
The main advantage is that if we have an accurate estimate of the requirement for digestible calcium, then we will avoid overfeeding, which is detrimental to growth, but at the same time we make sure we get enough calcium in there to sustain bone growth. So we will have a more accurate estimate of the requirements and we avoid overfeeding. And that means that pigs will have greater growth performance and also better bone quality. So those are the two benefits for the farmers that we see directly.
So the farmers will have an economical benefit and the animals also benefit from more healthy ones.
Absolutely, absolutely. Better welfare, lower mortality from leg problems and so forth.
And as you said before, it is known that phytase has strong interactions with calcium and the anti-nutritive effects by binding the calcium. And which effect does the use of high-performance phytase have on the calcium digestibility in pigs?
Phytase increases digestibility of calcium in a number of calcium sources, not everything, not all calcium ingredients, but in calcium carbonate, limestone, and in the plant feed ingredients like soybean meal and canola meal, and also in some of the animal protein sources like fish meal and even bone meal. So we do see an increase in digestibility of calcium when we add phytase to those ingredients, and we need to take that into account when we formulate diets for pigs.
And apart from the phytate and phytase supplementation, calcium digestibility depends on many other parameters. In your view, which factors are the most important, and how can the digestible calcium requirements optimally be implemented in the formulation together with digestible phosphorus?
Yeah, we have seen that there's a number of factors that have an impact on calcium digestibility. One is zinc oxide. The more zinc oxide you have, the lower is the digestibility of calcium. Another one is fat. The more fat you have in the diet, the higher is the digestibility of calcium. And then we have phytate, of course. The more phytate you have, the lower is the digestibility of calcium. So those would be the major sources in the diet that impact calcium digestibility. We need to account for all of those when we design a system for practical feed formulation that is based on digestible calcium.
And There are also discussions going on around the particle size of the calcium source. Does this also have an influence?
In our work in calcium carbonate, we did not see an impact on digestibility from different sources of calcium with different diseases. So in pigs, it appears that particle size is not important for digestibility. It's not important for performance either, at least in the source of calcium carbonate that we work with. So we are not so concerned about particle size when it comes to feeding pigs. Other species would be different. With pigs, we don't think particle size is very important.
And the studies done so far are mostly based on experimental settings. Do you expect a different outcome in a commercial setting?
No, we would expect exactly the same outcome in commercial barns, because the negative impact of high calcium on phosphorus absorption, phosphorus digestibility, that would be exactly the same in a commercial farm as it is in an experimental farm. So we do not think that there will be any differences whether we feed in a university farm or in a commercial farm.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
And enjoy your
Thank you very much.